Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. It's another edition of Mark's Monday Minutes in Real Estate here in Portland, Oregon. It is July 18th, and as you can tell, it's a bit chilly today. I'm actually wearing my sweatshirt outside, but I'm also doing this in front of MP Heating and Air Conditioning. Now, Sam Murzea, his brother, and their family, they own MP Heating and Cooling. Now, why is that important? Other than the fact that it has cooled down today, I'm at home because my air conditioning on their upstairs level is being replaced. Finally, the air conditioning condenser gave out, or the compressor gave out, so it's time for a new one. Well, Sam is my absolute go-to guy to call for anything heating, cooling, gas fireplace, and most importantly right now, air conditioning, so that my daughter upstairs, so she can keep nice and cool for the rest of the summer. Now, it's a fantastic analogy for how the real estate market is going right now. And the phrase that I heard this last week that I'll shamelessly borrow is, it has been so hot that it now feels cold. Yes, we've been talking about that every week, and we're going to continue to dive into this every week, but we are finally slowing down. For the first time in 5 years, we're getting closer to a more normal market. 5 years, folks. Every single month since 2017, we have been in a seller's market, a hyperactive seller's market for the last 2 years that are finally slowing down. So yes, it's been so hot that it now feels cold, just like turning your hot tub, say, from 104 degrees down to 101. Oh, that something's not working. No, it's still 101 degrees. It's still warm enough to feel warm. Okay, let's get down to the numbers for the week of July 18th. First of all, the number of active listings in the Portland metro area has finally, for the first time in a long time, ticked up above 4,000, 4,171. This is up from 3,882 last week, and we've been tracking consistently in the 3,000 for the 4 weeks before then. So this is normal, returning back to a normal level of inventory. Good news for buyers, they have a bit more inventory to choose from. In the last week, we've seen 814 new listings come on, a little more than usual. However, this is when we see those listings coming on. It's the week after July 4th. A few sellers may have held their homes off the market to get past the holiday. Pending this last week, 546 homes, and the number of sold homes, 458. So pending and sold's comparable, just a bump of new inventory. Again, good for buyers, more realistic for sellers, giving us right now, we've got right at 2 months of inventory. Now, you may have seen in the last 2 weeks, oh my goodness, all the other realtors on Portland on Facebook saying, oh, look, we're at 1.4 months of inventory. I've actually been tracking that now for 5 weeks. So we tracked at 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.7, and this week we're now up to 2 months of inventory based on the number of homes that have sold compared to the amount of inventory currently on the market. This is normal, folks. Typically, a seller's market is between 3 to 5 months worth of inventory. So again, it has been so hot, it now feels cold. Okay, getting into the 4-car garage homes, as you always like those. The number of active 4-car garage homes out there this week went to 103. Of those, 30 of which are under $1 million. So realistically, 30 of them are in that more affordable price range. Now, that's good because in the last 30 days, we've sold 37. So there's roughly 1 month of inventory of homes in that normal range, while the expensive homes are still sitting out there for multiple months. The number of new listings with a 4-car garage or larger this last week, 19. The number that went pending last week, 10. And the number of sold homes, 8. So about twice as many homes came on the market with a 4-car garage in the last week as sold. That's okay. Again, we're still sitting there in this normal range. This is good. Now, as the market continues to change, I'm going to be making some slight changes to these broadcasts where I'm going to make some adjustments to the numbers that I'm looking at. I'm still going to keep the base numbers, but I'm going to go dig into a few more of these indicators that I use. Altos Reports. I've talked about that numerous times on YouTube, on Facebook. Altos Reports. They are the most consistent, most reliable, most comprehensive set of data that I, as a former statistician, enjoy. I understand their numbers. They track them nationally. They also deliver me weekly reports here in the Portland metro area, and then I dig in on my own. I want to go in 4-car garage homes as an example. I'm going to be digging in a little bit more into these specifically for those indicators that are a better long-term predictor of how the market is changing. We've looked at price adjustments or price reductions. I'm also going to be looking at the number of homes that get relisted. These are homes that have been under contract and then come back to market for some reason, usually because they've either failed an appraisal, they've failed because of repair negotiations, or it may be that buyers get cold feet. Well, it used to be 3, 6, 12 months ago, buyers didn't have the opportunity to get cold feet because you had a choice of one house, or that was it, and you wouldn't find another house. Now buyers are taking the appropriate amount of time to think about it, which is good. I always advocate good, solid, fact-based decision making, because then you feel better about your decision. You're more empowered to make a good, solid decision rather than a rash, impulsive, emotional decision, which home buying includes a significant portion thereof. Now, again, we'll start making some changes in there. I'll tease these out next week, but I just want you to understand, right now, it looks like we're tracking to finish 2022, with probably more homes for sale than we did the last 2 years in 2019, or excuse me, in 20 or 21. Well, that's okay, because those years we kind of had that pandemic thing going on. It just threw the schedule off. So we will finally have more homes for sale at the end of 22 than we did those previous 2 years, but it is still fewer homes for sale than 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015. So we still are getting back to, we need over 1 million to 1.5 million homes on a nationwide basis to be back in that normal range, what we might consider a balanced market. Just a reminder, again, this has been a strong seller's market every single month since 2017. 5 years, folks. That's a long run. That's even longer than the presidency. No comments made there. Okay, last plug now. Again, Sam, MP Heating and Air Conditioning and Fireplaces, they are the best. Amazing. They're up servicing ours right now, putting in a new air conditioning condenser and compressor because we need it, even on a day when I'm wearing sweatshirts, because it has been so hot that it now feels cold. Have a wonderful week, and you'll see this soon on Facebook, and then you'll get an update next week with some new metrics. Have a wonderful week.